distinguished adventurers, welcome to the community Q&A. I'm Lauren. That's Sean. Hey, Sean, say hi.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going. It's been 3 weeks of stuff going on.
Yeah, it's been so busy.
It's been super busy. It's like we have all these streams and all this content and everything going on. So, but it's been fun. It's been fun, if not exhausting fun.
Yes.
I've got Sean here, hot off the Reddit Q&A, and now we're going to do some more Q&A, community Q&A, yay. We also have the dual Martin and Mars in chat as our producers / moderators. Thank you, M&M, you're awesome. They are going to be grabbing questions from chat because while we will be keeping an eye on the chat, we also might be looking other places. And so if you do have a question for either of us about Idle Champions, about us, about the days of streaming, about cotton candy, which apparently was a thing yesterday, definitely go ahead and put question in big, bold capital letters at the beginning of your question so that they can grab it and put it in this handy dandy document that we've got in the back. And we'll go ahead and see what we can answer. We won't promise that we can answer everything, but we'll try.
We've been pretty good at it. We've been pretty good at getting everything.
Yeah, I mean...
so I'd like to keep that streak going, but, who knows?
We're not Garwar levels of numbers of questions, for sure. But, I mean,
we'll
who is? But, I mean...
There's also the handy-dandy CNE emote question that you can get from subscribing, too. Or unlocking with channel points.
Yeah. I love that little question. I just put it in chat. Also, I should probably tell the game... yes, I know we're live. And I still have, so this is my game that we're watching. I still have 56 minutes before I can claim a birthday chest. So we'll give you all.
Claim it on stream?
Oh, yeah. It's going to go live during this show. So I'm 100% going to claim it on stream. And before we get to the questions, I'm just going to casually put the Phoenix out there. I'm just,
Phoenix is so cute.
I'm just going to put that little Phoenix. I'm going to put Clover out there. And
Hoot is the other one, right?
Hoot.
Yeah.
We'll put Hoot in the owl spot. There we go. And let's see. And we'll put Fenris out there because Fenris is adorable. And before we get into the questions, I wanted to thank everybody for raising all of this amazing money for charity. Thank you so much. Woo. This was amazing.
That's so much money.
We are so happy that the community got behind an adorable familiar for a wonderful cause. So thank you so much. And also, hey, if you haven't picked it up yet, go ahead and get Witchlight Spurt.
It's so cute.
It's
the
Witchlight
wings,
Spurt.
the paint, yeah.
So there we go. I figured I'd get those two things out of the way at first because they're awesome and they're fun. And yay, birthday.
Woo.
All
Happy
right.
birthday.
Sean, did you have anything you wanted to talk about before we dive into questions?
I just have to point out that Girl Champions has been around longer than Sketching Hour, yet you got 2 familiars, and we didn't even get a Pancake Flapjack familiar yet. Shame.
Okay, well,
Real
all right.
shame here. It's okay.
I am not... You have a point. You have a very valid point. Here is the difference. And this is 100% just because of the way that our shows work. Lee does an amazing job making existing art into Pancakes. And so most of the stuff that he is making art on the Pancakes for already is in the game.
Yeah.
All
we ask for is a mimic that's a stack of pancakes. That's all I want.
A mimic cake?
A mimic cake, yeah.
A mimic cake?
Mimic cake?
Mimic cake?
Mimic cake, yeah.
You know what? We should have your people call my people, and we should make this. This should be a collaborative effort.
Yeah, I'm gonna petition Dupuis.
There we go.
Hey.
We need mimic cakes.
Yeah.
And with all of that, I guess we'll start with questions.
All right.
Jeez, there's already so many questions.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll put this out there. So we were talking about this wonderful emote. I'll just jump right to that.
Yeah.
That's actually going to make Martin's lives more difficult. When you use the emote, then it messes up all of the nice lines that they've got in our document. So we appreciate that emote, and it's wonderful. But yes, please put question in regular letters before your question, because our mods work super hard, and we don't want to make their life extra hard. So thank you.
They do wonderful work. It's so much easier having them around than having us try and find questions as we're going through.
Yeah.
You guys chat a lot. That's not always just questions. So
yeah, I mean, hey, chat is good, and chatting with chatters is good, and we're glad that you're having fun. But yeah, 100% mods are amazing. Anyway, actual questions.
All right. Messi Duval kicking us off today. It says, will we be able to buy Modron chests for gems in the future and not just IRL currency? Likely not, because they are available in the patron shops for patron currency. So that will be where you can purchase them in game without actual money.
And this is something I do every single week, is make sure that I get enough of the patron challenges done so I can buy those chests, because yeah.
I mean, for a week, and then whenever you get one for leveling up, like it's a pretty solid stream if you have all patrons unlocked and you're doing all your challenges and everything all week. So
Yep, you just gotta keep on top of it. Oh, also, thank you Rejuvie for subscribing. We appreciate you.
Ooh, yeah. Blackbird TV has a question. How about adding new champions based on Evandra, Nixie, and Antrius from One for All? I have not heard of that.
I think I've heard of them, but
Is that a D&D group?
I'm always happy to look into more D&D groups and streams and everything. So yeah, I'll go ahead and look at them afterwards. But yeah, definitely always let us know if you've got a D&D stream that you are a fan of, because we can't promise anything, because neither of us are in charge of adding champions to the game, but we love passing along fun streams. And I will answer this next one to spare Sean. McNeil DJ wants to know, is C&E getting a cotton candy machine? No.
Oh, I hope so.
Okay, wait.
That's going to Eric, Justin, and David.
Listen, I spent a lot of time yesterday during the sketching hour having questions about cotton candy machines, because Orkira. And I've learned a lot about cotton candy machines in the last 24 hours. Thank you to everybody who has sent me information about cotton candy machines. I actually do appreciate it, even if I'm making fun of the fact that now my DMs are filled with people sending me information about how to make my own cotton candy machine. Coffina did get me first, so I will shout them out. Here's the reason I say no. And Sean, if you would like to go forward with this is totally up to you. They are messy.
Oh yeah, I bet. I've seen cotton candy. It'll just fly out sometimes too and just land everywhere.
And it's sticky. It's delicious, don't get me wrong, and colorful, but it's so messy. So much mess. So no, don't get a cotton candy machine. We will just find a place. I'm going to go find a candy shop nearby that is open, I will mask up and everything, and I will go get myself cotton candy. It'll be great. And for those of you who didn't watch the sketching hour and are like, why is cotton candy a thing? It's because Orkira.
I'll settle for a popcorn machine. Okay, I'll make that trade. I'm okay with that.
Popcorn machines. Popcorn machines are awesome. Popcorn machines. The whole house smells like popcorn. They are self-contained, so there's no mess that ends up everywhere. You can get all sorts of. I know friends who have popcorn machines, and they're amazing. That 100%.
Yeah.
Like, now I kind of wish that I had Orkira holding a bag of popcorn, but it's the Witchlight Carnival.
It's the next skin. It's Orkira at the movies.
We just had one. Orkira at the movies. Oh, jeez. Orkira at the Waterdeep Puppet Show.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Oh, jeez. Okay. Anyway, thank you. No more questions about cotton candy machines.
And then the next question is, Sean, do you think Lauren should buy a cotton candy machine, like a big one from the Real Bunny Beast? And I guess the question, I think yes, but obviously the answer is no.
No.
They're very messy.
They're messy. I promise I will get cotton candy for all of you.
Okay, that's a big ask for how many people are here.
No. I mean, like, I will get cotton candy and eat it as a thank you to all of you for mentioning it. I'm not getting all of you. There's like 1,000 people in chat. Listen, do you think I'm made out? The money that I'm making in this game that's coming out as coins, I don't get that. Or Kira gets that. Yeah. I don't have the money.
If you got all the gold into actual gold, and really, you break the economy. You're just done.
Yeah.
Gold prices will plummet.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, I wish all of you. How did that cotton candy wishes, champagne wishes, and caviar dreams? I wish all of you cotton candy wishes and popcorn dreams. There you go. I'm old, and I hope you got that reference. Yeah. Yes, Timmons, you can eat cotton candy vicariously through me.
Alpha has a question for us. Hello, last week you highlighted my question. Oh, right, we didn't go back and do that. I think that was my bad. It's been a very busy couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. Changing the mob's health. I will just ask Peter right now.
And while you do that, I'll answer the next question. Matt Prowse UK says, aren't we all on the same timer for birthday chest unlocks? Yes. Yes, we are. Noon Pacific is when the next day rolls over, essentially. So, yeah, when I unlock my chest, it'll be a moment for everybody to be reminded to go get your chest, too. But yeah, that is one of those things that it's the same for everybody. Unlike Trials, which if you participate in a Trials of Mount Tiamat campaign, that starts when you start it. So everybody is kind of all over the place. For example, you're actually watching my Trials right now, which I started yesterday. So I still have a ways to go. Oops, I didn't. Yeah. So yeah. But the birthday chests are unlocked for everybody at the same time. In fact, you'll often see people on the Discord who are like, hey, reminder, go get your chest. You got 24 hours. And, there's another question for me, unless you've got an answer back, Sean, about it.
The answer so far is no. I'm sure. I don't think so, but we're getting the double check to confirm.
Okay, cool. The Lurking Writer, question for Lauren. If you've answered this elsewhere, let me try to say that again. If you've answered this elsewhere, feel free to ignore. I don't mind answering the same questions over and over again. I mean, it's one of those things in where I do a lot of streams, and there's different people who are watching different streams, and so, that's fine. What inspired you to create Orkira? I'm late to the party regarding Heroes of the Plains, but she's already... Listen, you are not late. We are happy to have you as a fan of the show. And we've been going for a while. So and there's a lot of D&D shows out there. So do not feel bad. I am just honored that you are enjoying the show. I'll give a TLDR. If you want a more in-depth answer, when she came out in Idle Champions, I did a bunch of interviews at the time. And so I talked more in depth. But the short answer about Orkira was when we created the show a couple years ago. I'm one of those players that creates a character that starts by seeing what everybody else has created and filling in a gap, because I find it easier to craft a character if I have guidelines, because if you look at all the character options, there's a lot. And so as the rest of the cast were kind of figuring out what they wanted to play, it was very obvious that we were short a healer, which happens. So I went cleric. And I like Dragonborn because I'm a fan of the races and the lineages that are not that look as far from human as possible, because I like to play the fantasy stuff, and I like Dragonborn. So that was kind of the impetus, and I went from there. And the Phoenix came about because there was this awesome piece of art that Sean Wall had created that was it was the sketch for the Phoenix just before it came out in Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes.
Wait, who did? Sorry?
Is let me pull it up. It was
you said my name.
Did I say your name?
I think you said. I was like, well, I didn't sketch anything. Like, what? I was reading some stuff, and I was like, what?
You sketched it. I think I was looking at you on the screen, and that's why I said it. Here, hold on.
Totally threw me off. I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Because now I can't even think of the name, and now I'm having this moment of like, who did this? Anyway, one of the artists at Wizards of the Coast who did the sketches for the Elder Elementals, the Phoenix, the Tempest, the Earth, and the other one. They had created this. There was a sketch, like a first sketch that they did, which was absolutely gorgeous, and I was inspired by that. Sean Wood. That's why. I was close.
All right. That was close, yeah.
Sean Wood was the person who created the initial sketch, and it was this gorgeous piece of art that I was inspired by to help create the backstory, and the rest is D&D history, and I hope that helps, and thank you.
So I got an answer, is that it doesn't appear to lower the gold earned on those areas. So should be, if you lower the HP, you should not lose the gold.
Good to know.
Ride a Skull AX. Hey, you two. I got a question about the TOMT, Trials of Mount Tiamat. There are bonuses that add damage to all champs and specific bonuses which add damage to specific champions. Example, strength over 11. If you got multiple different bonuses that add damage to all champs, is that bonus added multiplicatively or summed together? Everything is multiplicative in the game unless otherwise stated. At that point, if it's not multiplicative, it'll just say brackets additively bracket. So, yeah, and most buffs, if not all of them, pretty much, when they stack together, are all multiplicative. So
I got nothing to add to that. I was like, yep.
Yeah, math.
All the math.
Snobber has a question. Says, once Griddle Champions makes the Mimic Cake, then Sketching Hour draws a Mimic Cake. Then it becomes an in-game familiar. Which show gets the credit? Well, the original Griddle Champion.
Yeah. If you came up with the Mimic Cake, then yeah. I think
Yeah,
we could definitely work together, but it is a Mimic Cake. I think you would definitely get the credit. I like the idea that then this becomes an Inception thing, where you make the Mimic Cake, Sketching Hour draws the Mimic Cake, and then Griddle Champions does a pancake of the Mimic Cake, and then we draw a pancake version, like, and then it
No,
just
you draw a picture of Lee drawing the Mimic Cake, which is a copy of the Sketching Hour from the last week, but that's also the copy of what we did the previous week.
yeah.
Oh
and
boy, there's layers to that.
there's
And
layers to pancakes.
yeah, there can be, yeah. Oh boy.
Cassius335 tried to ask yesterday, did anyone keep recordings of improvised champions, or has that been lost to the Twitch VOD? Do we have that up on YouTube? Do we not have...
I think it should definitely be on YouTube. It's probably on its own playlist. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah, you look that up, because, yeah, we try to get everything out to YouTube, because, yes, eventually Twitch, the VODs only stick around for so long. And, yeah, because that was the show with Mark Mir and Christina Ariel, right? Yeah. And I will answer the next question while you look that up. It might be hard to find in the YouTube because, you know, I think the last Improvised Champions was months ago, and we've put a lot of content out.
Yeah.
Bright Ray of Sunshine wants to know, do you think we will ever get Dimension 20 characters? I have no idea, but I love those shows, and that is there are several shows on there that are super awesome. And yeah, I mean, Brennan Lee Mulligan and that whole crew over there are fantastic, but I don't know. But
They are not on YouTube, by the way.
what?
Yeah. I'm like looking up. So I looked up that Couldn't Entertainment's YouTube channel, which is where a lot of the older stuff went and has been going to, and there's no playlist for it at least. So that makes my assumption that it did not make it to YouTube.
Let me look on the back end while you answer some questions, because it's possible that we saved the videos, but they haven't been
Uploaded or anything?
Well, that they might not be live.
Bunch of weird stuff there, yeah.
YouTube, just to be like, to give the very high level stuff, we have to be careful on YouTube with how we release stuff. Sometimes we make it public without doing an announcement about it, because if you release too many things on YouTube, YouTube goes, whoa, wait a second, what are you trying to do? And then they like suppress the alerts for people. Because YouTube. So there's like this weird balance. So it's very possible that they're hiding. So you get the next couple questions. I'm gonna do one more thing to look at the back end.
Do Not Mind Me has a question that says, any news on the trial climate damage achievement in our group? No one received it. We don't have one on it yet. We're still checking in on what's going on with that. So more info to come.
Sergeant Alpha.
Chalcoda, are there any known tweaks that help with the game's performance? Example, manual core affinity. Like performance as in like pushing more areas, or like just overall game performance to stop it from like lagging and stuff like that. If it's actual just like pushing and damage stuff, there's a ton. There's a ton out there that we don't have the time to go over on the show for sure. That would be a definite check out our Discord question and talk to the fine folks there, because they are super knowledgeable when it comes to tweaking formations and things like that.
And for those that are curious who are listening, discord.gg/idlechampions.
Yeah. Oh, they mean frames. Okay. Yeah, lowering particle amounts, disabling the extra effects in the settings are generally good. That's really about it. I don't think there's anything more than that, unless it's stuff that I'm not aware of.
All right, I am failing to find improvised champions. I will do a little bit more looking off air so that I don't accidentally play YouTube videos while I am not
Yeah, I was worried about that too when I was checking. It's like, please don't say anything have it come through.
I mean, it wasn't. I'm less concerned about a YouTube video playing, because it would just be an Idle Champions video, and more about like messing up the audio on Twitch.
Oh yeah,
it was basically that. So, but thank you for the heads up. I will definitely make a note about those.
Yeah, I think they're lost to the void, maybe.
That would suck.
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate losing videos to the void.
Yeah, we might have them hiding on a drive somewhere, but
That is true. But yeah, so that's going to take a little bit of more back end looking, and I will do that later when I'm not on a stream and can do some stuff that requires audio, essentially. So, because every once in a while I go into the YouTube and it just automatically plays a video, and nobody wants double me. That's just bad.
it's not too bad.
It's just bad.
Dino J96 says, "Will there be a new evergreen and patron for the 2 most recent campaigns anytime soon?" Well, Zariel was the latest one, but that was also like the middle of the year. I mean, at some point, most likely, we'll definitely get evergreens for Icewind Dale, and Witchlight just came out, so that's not going to be for a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, isn't the beholder that is painted like a clown enough?
Xanthar? Yeah, it's Clown Xanthar, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny looking. Have we done the pancake of that yet? I don't think we have.
You should.
Definitely going to.
Oh, you should.
Lee was very excited. He's like, "What came out? Like, what was the release stuff?" I was like, "You're moving. Stop asking."
Yeah.
Like, you're busy. I was like, "Oh, yeah, it's Wild by Witchlight." And he's like, "Oh, the art series is gonna be so cool." So he's excited.
You know what? There's no hurry. Like, yes, it just came out and everybody's all hot to trot about Witchlight and like, yeah, wings for everybody. But like, it's gonna be out for a while, and we've got this whole campaign coming, so it's not like waiting a week so that he can move and focus on that is totally a thing. Also, Real Bunny Beast wants to know if there's a cotton candy machine at IdleCon. First off, how dare? Second, like next we gotta let us figure out a convention first before we figure out if there's a cotton candy machine. Yeah. There is no plans at this moment for an IdleCon or a cotton candy machine. I am so sorry.
It's very disappointing.
It's so disappointing. My heart goes out to you. Listen, but seriously, I miss conventions. But you know.
Oh god, I've been seeing all the halls and all the pictures from Gen Con. I'm like, as I would not personally wanted to go right in this current climate, but I miss it.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to Gen Con so bad, but I'm like, it's not responsible enough to go.
It's hard because like on the one hand I totally understand people who went, especially the vendors, because like there are people who
it's their livelihood, right?
I seriously know people who that was how they made a living, was going to conventions and selling stuff, and were not able to continue to support their families in the same way because they didn't have conventions. So I understand the people who had to go. On the other hand, like, hey everyone, get your vaccines and mask up because like, I want to go be a professional musician again for a little while, and we can't do that at the moment.
Yeah.
I want to be able to go to a convention, and we can't. So I beg of all of you, please. All right, that was my PSA for today. Let's go back to happy questions from chat.
Yeah, Phoenix Fire has a question. Are we getting any more champions before the next event? I got a bunch of electrums to burn through, saving some for time gates, but didn't want to burn them all in case any more amazing CNES is coming soon. We have another free time gate weekend starting tomorrow. And then we're back to regular cadence of events, time gate weekend events. Yeah, this is like the 1 week we take off to kind of align calendars, and then we're back to normal.
Which I appreciate because otherwise you end up with our calendar ending up like every 4 years, everything just gets off. Like it gets bad. So
yeah.
So yay, in between.
Much easier to take a week off than reset the entire event structure for the game.
Yes, if only the Faerun calendar was the same length as the real world calendar.
Darn, right?
Oh well.
Yeah. Damn fantasy worlds always having different calendars.
Yeah.
Liquor has a wonderful question. Are you all getting enough rest and relaxation considering how hard you all seem to have been working these past few weeks?
Oh, thank you. Sean, you've had a much I'm gonna say you're busier than me because
what?
Yes.
No.
I'm gonna say you're busier than me. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's actually, I'm not like I was a little happy to not have an extra stream this week. Even though it sucks I don't have one tomorrow, but not having the one on Wednesday kind of gave me more opportunity to catch up on tickets and stuff, which we're doing really well on. Taylor is absolutely slaughtering, sundering, smiting the tickets. So we're all doing really well. A little in joke there. Yeah, but it's doing well and it's been nice. So been a very like relaxed. We can tell the release dates. And it's like, all right, on Discord, kind of struggling back, like, going back and forth, relaying information, getting things fixed right away.
Yeah.
So I think release wise, Trials, I went like while it did have a couple hiccups in the beginning, there was nothing major. Nothing major that was like the game's absolutely broken and we can't play it.
Yeah.
And that was that's all I could ask for.
Absolutely.
And since then it's been good. So I've been feeling great. I've been going home on time. That's important. So
yes, absolutely. Yeah, and I'm kind of the same way with Friday. Like it kind of, on the one hand, V and I are like, oh, we'd love to do Peyton Slay. We just got started. But on the other hand, it's been a busy couple of weeks, and so having a little bit of is nice. We're not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, because the D&D celebrations tomorrow too, right?
Yeah. So as a reminder to everybody, we are not doing any streams Friday or Saturday. Poor Garwar kind of ended up getting the most, because there was not going to be a Griddle Champions anyway, because of Lee moving, and you had all done some stuff. It kind of sucks about Peyton Slay because it would have been episode 3 and we were just starting to get on a roll, but we've also been busy this week. Poor Garwar, I think, had 2 of his shows canceled.
The Friday and Saturday one?
Yeah. Now, I think so. we were very fortunate to just have Garwar right now, just before the show, doing awesome stuff. So thank you, Garwar. But yes, the reason behind that is a good reason, which is D&D Celebration is happening this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on the official D&D channel, and we like to support the people who make the game that our game is based on. Also, they're awesome.
That's very important.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people who work with us that are going to be on a bunch of those streams. I know Todd is actually doing a stream. I think it's like 8:00 Saturday morning. I think it's early. But he's on a stream with B Dave and a couple other people, and they're going to be talking about dragons because of the Fizban's Treasury of Dragons is coming out soon.
So excited for that.
I know B Dave is doing a bunch of stuff.
B-Dave is always doing stuff.
I mean, that's
like,
true.
That man is busy.
That goes without saying. B. Dave Walters is a god amongst men, a champion of awesomeness, and also I think he's cloned himself several times in order to be able to do everything that he does. But yes, he's on several streams, so we are not streaming in order to support them, B. Dave Walters specifically, but also everybody else that's on those streams. So, so go take your Friday and your Saturday and go do awesome stuff on the D&D channel and go say hi for us.
Totally. Kubon saying, since you don't like cotton candy, what other carnival food is your favorite?
I like cotton candy. I love cotton candy. Why?
You just don't like making cotton candy. That's all.
Yes. I love cotton candy. I don't like cleaning up the mess.
Yeah.
I will actually answer the what other carnival food is your favorite. It's the most unhealthy thing, and it's been forever since I've been to a carnival or a fair or anything. Anything that is deep fried. Like when they do we're going to deep fry a Mars bar. We're going to deep fry a stick of butter. We're going to deep fry something that's already been deep fried. We're going to, I have to try it. I know that's more calories and fat than I should have in a year, but I have to try it.
Yeah, I've wanted to try deep fried ice cream.
Oh, it's so good.
I have not tried. I want to try it. It sounds really good. It confuses me because I feel like you put it in the deep fryer and the deep fryer then explodes. That's what my brain goes. That's what should happen.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. So
if you go to some Mexican restaurants, will do deep fried ice cream, and when they do it right, it is so good. It is. It's not tempura, but you know how tempura is much more light and fluffy than like deep fried heaviness? Yeah. That's what I remember it being, is kind of a much lighter deep fried, and it's like creme brulee in where like you get the nice hard outer shell that's all warm, and then
you're making me really hungry.
I know.
This is the stream where I'm not supposed to be hungry, and I'm getting hungry.
I'm sorry. Yeah. We're doing this over lunch. My bad.
Yeah.
And before we go on other questions, I'm now watching in chat people talking about the lurking writer is saying maple syrup roasted pecan nuts are delicious, which is amazing. Knox Angus suggests deep frying a hamburger, which I would
I would
do
eat
it.
it.
I would do it.
Yeah.
Cool Bond mentions the classic deep fried Twinkie. Xavier Keith says fried Oreos, and that
Ooh, deep
the
fried thick cut bacon with a side of cream gravy. Oh.
all right.
Okay, okay, we're done.
I
Sorry,
can.
I will say mine though, because just the mini powdered donuts. I love those. They're
Ooh,
so
yeah.
good.
Those are really really good. Okay, back to other
Yeah.
questions.
Okay, where am I? Let's go. We have a lot of questions too. Oh boy. Jason says, which light spurt art wallpaper when? Oh, soon, hopefully.
Ooh.
Those wallpapers are. I love the key art, man. It's
Yeah.
so good.
The key art is so good. Thanks for asking. Yeah, we've been able to put out some of the key art as wallpapers. If you check our Discord, there is a channel that is specifically just where we've been putting the wallpapers. We would like to be able to put them up on the website, but we haven't found a good place to do it yet. So the Discord kind of has become a really good place to put it up as quickly as possible in an easy to grab format. But yeah, that's super good.
I think we have what, Corazon, Prudence, and Warden up there so far, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
With like 3 different versions depending on your resolution and a mobile version.
Yep.
So.
And we're glad that you're enjoying those wallpapers as much as we are with making them. So. Also, yes, we're apparently torturing the mods. Sorry, mods.
Yeah, they're hungry too. Arnstone has a question. Will we have some juicy sales during anniversary so I can get an excuse to throw money at the screen? Do you need an excuse? Just throw money anyway. Do we have something on sale? I think the Trials Founder Pack is on sale right now, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
I remember seeing it. I don't remember off the top of my head.
I thought... You know what? Let me look at something before I just say something out loud.
Yeah.
Because I'm just gonna look up something.
All right, you look up. I'll keep answering. We got a lot to get through. We have a high resolution version of the Spurt art somehow. I need a new background every machine I own, and it has to be Spurt. Like I said, hopefully soon. We love the key art, and Ivy does a phenomenal job that you should all change your backgrounds. And Monty Fromage gifted a sub to JPL Brady 2013. Congratulations, dude.
Hey.
Ooh. And thanks for gifting, Monty Fromage. Arhazar 2. I'm quite desperate. My background party doesn't perform at all. If it's in the front end, I get gems in progress. In background, closed or open. Progress stalls. No gems, few zones. Party which progress is the front. Yeah. So there's ongoing a bunch of background party issues we're looking into. We have somebody right now dedicated that's just working on background stuff. So we're hoping in the next little while, we should see some fixes coming soon. It's a case of I found a bug. I gotta fix the bug. Oh, there's another bug. I gotta fix that bug. Oh, another bug. It's gonna cascade. So once he finds the bottom and works his way back up, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Also, I think it has been confirmed, although I don't have the specifics. The Witchlight or Kira pack is on sale in the Steam store. Because I think it's a release sale. I'm trying to get.
Yeah. That might have been one of the ones that was supposed to be on Epic, but then there were some problems, and then we had to pull them down from Epic. And I think they're back up on Epic now with the proper sale. And that's what I heard this morning.
Yeah, we've talked about this before. The unfortunate problem with having our game out on 3 billion platforms is every single platform has their own requirements for stuff, and trying to get things fixed on each platform can sometimes be a trial, if I may use that term. So we do appreciate all of our community, especially when some community has access to stuff that others don't, just because one platform is, we still have to fix things. So thank you for your patience.
Yeah, it looks like it was available at 9 p.m. Pacific yesterday, which is what happened. So Epic should be all up and running for sales and with all the new stuff, so it should be all good. And it sounds like we have a giveaway starting in a second for a Bardic Inspiration shirt. Oh, what a giveaway.
Yeah. Those Bardic Inspiration shirts are super cool. So yes, come to the chat. If you're one of those wonderful people who've been lurking and working, which I know I do all the time, but you would like to enter for a chance to win a Bardic Inspiration shirt, we're going to be starting that giveaway very shortly, and it's going to run only for a minute or two because we like to keep things moving. So come to the chat and keep an eye out on the information that the moderators will be putting in chat. And good luck on winning a Bardic Inspiration shirt.
Yep. Should be starting soon, is what they said. So in this game, Spookabik has. Can we get? Oh, there it is. Type Kobold Art. Kobold
Aw.
Art. Spurt, yay!
Yay, Spurt.
I love the Almirage on a stick.
Do I have? I don't have Spurt out in my. I should get a different adventuring party going here so I can show off Spurt. I'm gonna do that while you grab the next question.
All right. So Spookabik, can we get who played champions on stream in the bios? Seems like odd that they don't list the player who played them on stream. Yeah, that's a good piece of feedback. That is something we could probably look into doing.
Let's see.
Utofi has asked, are you aware of the Epic Games version performance problems? The weeks have been horrible over here. Haven't seen anything that's Epic specific. The biggest thing at the difference between Epic and Steam is that Epic is a 64-bit client, which means if there's a memory leak, it'll just keep going and going and going and going until eventually your entire PC's out of memory. Whereas Steam, being 32-bit, will cap out at something like 3.5 or 4 gigabytes. So we are aware of just like some performance issues that we are always looking into. So please make a ticket with some information like who you're using your formation when this is happening. If you see giant spikes in memory usage, then we can pass it along and take a look at it. Poppy122, can you explain how the forging reforging works after Tuesday's update? Are you still guaranteed 6 unique effects for the initial forge, first 5 reforges on a single piece of gear, or is it only at the champion level now? So the best way to say this and not be confusing.
Yeah, good luck. Take your time. Like
yeah.
this is not an easy thing to just
so
dive into.
When you go to reforge or forge for a champion, it will always go through one of the 6 options first, even if that means for forging and reforging. So if you do slot 1 and you forge it and then reforge it 6 times, you should be going through all 6 available before you start repeating and possibly being able to double up. So at that point, you can then go and forge everything else, and it'll just be a random out of them. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. I think that makes sense to me.
Yeah. So you will always cycle through the 6 available before you get any sort of duplicate, is what should be happening.
And I'm going to jump ahead to a question I just saw from Fatherwind. Question, can we get a Twitter announcements in the Discord announcements channel? There is in the Discord. There is a... I'm blanking on which it's called, but there is an announcements channel in our Discord that posts when we post things to Twitter. So if you're in the Discord, you actually can just keep an eye on those channels, and it'll, there's a couple of different ones. There's one that specifically shows when we post to Twitter for social media posts. I think that's also where it shows when we go live. So go live announcements on Twitch. There's a channel that is specifically for blog posts and other announcements. Usually on Mondays, that's when Trevor will post the schedule of Twitch streams for the week. I don't have Discord open for the moment, so I can't think of others. But yes, I do know for a fact that when we post stuff to Twitter, it ends up in a channel in the Discord. So check when you join the Discord, discord.gg/idlechampions. When you look at the top couple of announcement channels, and those are the ones that you want to keep an eye on, maybe follow, maybe mute. It's kind of up to you.
Yep. Dan SSJ4B says, question, isn't the current legendary Trials of Mount Team system antithetical to the design of the game? Because of the slow cooldown on Epic Forging, 6 different upgrades the way through, 7-day cooldown on Trials of Mount Team after you've completed, etc. Won't this mean that you can only put legendaries on your meta champs and with 87 champs plus 1 each month? Doesn't that make all the extra champions mostly useless supports, pushing further away from legendaries away from Mashara? There's a lot of big questions today. A lot of Trials questions, which I expected. What's the best way to answer this one?
I mean, I will say this: Trials is
it's a week old.
Well, there's that, and we're constantly updating it. But I think in general, when you talk about like, are there champions that are just not going to be as useful as others? Like, there's so much other stuff going on in the game besides trials, that having a deep roster is really important for, and doing those other things will help with your trials adventures. So I don't, because there was part of that where they were talking about, doesn't that make all the extra champs mostly useless, pushing them further towards, not
like standard status? Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like, okay, maybe there are going to be champions that you're not ever going to use for your trials adventures, but those are champions that are going to come up when you're doing patron variants, and there's certain patrons that you only have a certain number of champions that you can use. But you want to do the patron variants so you can get access to the stuff, so you can access to the bonuses, so that you can do the things that will increase the effectiveness of other champions. So like, having the deep roster, even if you never use some of those champions in trials, that's going to be useful in other parts of the game. And certainly we try to make the game have a lot of variety to it, and being able to use those champions other places are really important. So I think just because they are not your favorite champion to use in trials doesn't mean that they're useless. That just means you're going to be using them other places. And you would be surprised, the champion that you think is useless is someone's main champion.
Totally. There's someone out there, totally.
I still will talk about my Black Viper is amazing, because when Black Viper came out, I happened to be really lucky with my loot drops, and she has had at the time amazing gear. Way better than anything I had on a bunch of my other DPS champions. And she was my main DPS for a long time. She's even still a DPS I will pull out on a regular basis because she has really solid gear. So, a lot of it just ends up being one of those things in where, maybe this is not a champion that you use a lot, but maybe this is something that someone else does. So,
they did have a fallout to the time to get legendary gear. And I think the thing to get away from is this idea that you have to do it at 1,000. It's like it's just like, from what I've seen so far, is everyone's rule. If you're going to do it, you have to do it in the most absolute optimal way possible, which is waiting 6.5, almost 7 days to wait to drop back down to 1,000 to do one piece of gear, right? So I think that is kind of you yourself are stretching out the mentality of that time frame of like waiting a week to do one gear a piece a week, when 2,000 isn't much different, and we're only on the second level of trials, right? So we're only getting 1,033 before any bonuses. So we're in this like in a section of like very, very small scales. So it seems like you're not going to be able to do a lot with them, but as you get higher and higher, you're getting bigger bonuses, or some mostly the same, but the base values are going to change. You're going to get more and more and more scales, and if you're doing them every week, it's like gearing up a champion through anything, or through time gate. Every week you're just gonna get more and more and more and more. So,
but also in the end, this is only the second week of trials, and so definitely continue to give us feedback, because we're always looking for feedback, especially on these new systems like this.
It's only been a week. We are keeping a close eye on things, and we are taking feedback and looking at as much as we can. So. Sean Terry Wilson says Abyssal Rabble Blessing and Avernus says reduce health for undead, but was it meant for fiends instead? That's a good question. I don't know. I'll have to double check that one.
I will skip ahead to Rectone22. Question: hello, I started about a month ago. Welcome. Hey, new players. And I was wondering if click damage is worth upgrading through adventures. Thanks.
Yes. Just yes.
All right. Wait, I'm going to say, here's what I'm going to say. In the end, your champions are going to be able to get you further than click damage, with a few notable exceptions. There's a couple of variants and stuff out there, and where focusing on click damage is really important. And especially when you're new, if giving you some extra click damage is helping you get through some stuff, then go ahead and use it. But I think in the long term, you're going to have a lot more luck leveling up your champions and getting them more powerful, and using your gold to level them up than the click damage. So there's a couple really good guides about that kind of stuff on the Reddit, on the subreddit, and on Discord. But in general, like, the short answer is, if it helps you, great, go for it. But my suggestion is start to focus on your champions more, because I think you'll get more out of it.
Yeah. To be fair, click damage is a bit more of a later game
Yeah.
thing than it is in the game, but like click damage will always kill the mobs at the level you're at. So if click damage is level 155 and you're level 155, you'll kill those mobs with click damage, and the kind of scale is like that. But the increase in click damage is a lot more expensive than it is for most champions. So
Also, I'm sorry, I'm very distracted by the King of Feathers that we've got on the screen right now because
I
it's
love
epic.
King of Feathers. It's such a
Yeah.
cool boss. Question: I play on Congret. I do not see an option. I don't see an option to see all my champions on the screen. Is that coming? Is it coming soon? Yes, it should be coming soon. It's a matter of porting it over to it. So there's some higher priority things to port first, and then working on a list.
Yep.
Oh, hey, Cypher, here. How's it going?
Hi.
They're here.
But okay, so I gotta know because Messy Duval is asking on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for Monday's event? Is that is someone doing their trials on Monday?
Monday. What's Monday?
I don't know. The next event is next week, Wednesday.
27th. What's on 27th? Is there a D&D thing we don't know about?
Is there a D&D thing I don't know about?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Mr. Duval says the new teaser. What teaser?
Oh dear. Oh dear. There's
Uh-oh.
something we don't know about. I am.
I'm panicking now.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm
Is it-
excited to find out what it is that we don't know about, though. Oh dear. Okay. Well, Sean looks.
Oh, is it the Godslayer stuff? Oh. I get the confusion. I get it.
Oh, okay.
Because the Godslayer is coming soon, Mondays at 4 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah, it's not this Monday.
Not this Monday, no.
No.
I understand the confusion there, though. There is nothing coming out on Monday.
Yeah, nothing that we know of. Keep an eye on our socials. We'll always try to give dates when we say stuff like that. The next thing that we
is
know
very
about...
confusing. That is very confusing.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. The next thing that I know about is Wednesday, the 29th. That's when the next event starts. And tomorrow should be when the next champion spotlight goes up, and I am excited about who that champion is.
Ooh.
Yeah. I know they've already kind of been spoiled, but I'm trying to be good
Yeah.
about that. But yes,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Clones Xanathar champion confirmed. We haven't. A beholder champion would be kind of neat.
That'd be difficult
but-
though. Like, it's a little overpowered. I mean, how many spaces would a beholder take up in the formation? There'd be
That does pose a funny question of like, if we had a champion that took up multiple slots in a formation, then you can make them stronger. That you can take if they're taking out 2 or 3 slots, then they can be 2 to 3 champions strong, and cost a whole heck of a lot to upgrade.
Yeah, and that gets into a lot of questions about who is adjacent to what when you've got a champion that is taking up a bunch of different slots, which could be fun to figure out. Like, when you play D&D and you play with minis on a battle map and you're using a lot of those optional rules like flanking and things, having those moments of here's a huge creature. Well, what how do I maneuver around it? How do I do things like that? That can be fun, but that also it raises a lot of questions.
Oh yeah, I usually play flanking in my games. It's always like, okay, I have a huge creature here. All right, what's the direct line? Where do you need to be for flanking?
Yeah.
And yeah.
My podcast, which we've been playing since the beginning of 5th edition, because a bunch of us are playing in 4th, we were using flanking rules, and we've been slowly moving into more and more being a theater of the mind style game, which we've mostly been doing, but I still kind of use a battle map on the back end because a couple of my players like having that visual indicator of where things are, even if we're basically going to play theater of the mind. And flanking is something that we have continued to use, but I do it in the most.
Oh no.
Well, it's funny because you end up with flanking conga lines, and where it's like, but player, monster, player, monster, player. They just get into a line.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun, but yeah, it definitely in some cases it can get a little difficult to keep track of, especially theater of the mind. So, I think as we move away from using battle maps, we are going to be leaving flanking rules behind.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine doing 4E in Theater of Mind because from what I understand, that one's basically a war game.
Yes.
Like you need to have the positional stuff, like any sort of like feeding the mind for that just does not work.
100%. Listen, fourth edition was super fun, and I really enjoyed it. But it required a battle map and it required minis because almost everything that you could do came with movement options. Like movement was baked into even your powers and abilities in the game, so it was vital to have even a basic map to keep position information. So, which was super fun, and I loved it. But if that's not the style of game that you're looking for, that could be a little hard. But yes, yeah, I remember having the cards for because you would have I'm thinking of Move Minor Standard. Like, movement was such a big thing, especially if you're playing like a Battle Master or something. Being able to shift people and move people and force people to move and shove people. I had a character that was 100% based on forcing movement to push monsters into advantageous positions for my friends. So, yeah.
That's cool. A lot of control, a lot of battle stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but
the tactical gameplay. I do want to try 4E for that reason. I love the tactical gameplay of D&D. So
and if that's what you're looking for, it is great. And what was also really good about it is I got a lot of my friends into D&D in 4th edition because a lot of my friends were video game players who were playing things like World of Warcraft, and the way that the powers were set up, because it was a slightly simpler way of setting up your character. Like, I could make a character sheet for somebody that was half a page and a couple of cards, and it was like, all right, these 2 cards are things you can do whenever you want. These are cards you can only do once a fight. These are cards you can only do once a day, and let them loose. And it was really easy for them to get into the mechanics of 4E because it was already something that was very video game-esque. And then I could kind of ease them into the role-playing from there. But I think 5th edition is a much better system as a holistic system where it's a lot easier to do the role-playing. You can get really crunchy into the battle if you want, or you could do Theater of the Mind. So I think 5th edition gives a lot more options and is a lot easier to run in general, but I do have a soft spot for 4th edition. You can't see it because of the darkness, but my books are still back there.
All right.
Yeah.
New stream. You teach me to play 4E.
Okay.
Yeah.
100%.
That's it. We'll do it.
I've been promising B-Dave that I was going to run a 4E game for him.
Well, let's do it.
Because he is not a fan. And I have said, well, one of these days I will get a stream together. We'll either do it for charity, I'll for whatever charity you want, we'll go ahead and do it, and I'll get you to run a game, or I'll run a game for you. So yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Count me in. I want to try that. I do want to try other editions of D&D. So it's just learning them by yourself seems very difficult. So if you know someone who knows how to do the edition, it's like, great, you're my DM now.
Yeah, and especially 4th edition because it is very different. I think 3.5 and a couple of the earlier editions, you'd actually, as a 5th edition player, you'd have an easier time jumping into because so much of it is similar. 4th edition is a super big departure, so yeah. I don't blame people for avoiding it, but yeah. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think I probably understand 3.5 because I listened to enough of a Pathfinder podcast to understand Pathfinder, so I think it should carry over to 3.5 pretty easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, more questions. Cool Bond, any plans on ever moving some event champions to Evergreen class? No. That's a big no there. I mean, maybe I can't say no permanently, then maybe in the future, but
look at the screen.
The big red nose. Oh my God.
There they are.
The hat.
It's terrifying.
It's the worst.
It's amazing.
I love it. Yeah.
I love them so much. Yeah. Oh, poor Korth. Jeez. Oh no. Oh, there goes Briv. Oh no.
Oh, it's telekinesis. That's what's going on.
Yeah. I am not. We're doing okay. Oh, Briv is gonna go down. Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Level him up. Level him up by one.
Yeah. Here we go.
There you go. Oh, you're out of gold. Oh no.
Yeah, I may have to do a little bit.
Oh, he switched. It's good.
He moved. Here we go. I'm gonna drop some. I got some chests here. We'll drop some.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I'll say no for now, Cool Bond. We don't have any plans to do that. But who knows in the future? Dystopia. Is there a reason to wait to unlock Electrum chests? No. Open your chest as soon as you get them. There's no point in really holding on to it, really. Especially if you're newer in the game.
I 100% agree.
Yeah,
That being
but,
said,
yeah,
I got a stock of silver chests sitting here. Why? Partially because I'm bad about opening chests, but also for
yeah,
that moment that you just saw, which is rare. But when you're, say, starting a new time gate or starting a new event where you have no favor, being able to drop a bunch of chests to get a bunch of gold is helpful. But in general, 100% agree. Just open your chests, enjoy your
yeah,
loot, get your champions leveled up. It's fun.
exactly.
Oh my! Everybody in chat's like, Briv, no, he's back. It's okay. It's all fine.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah, well, or
Um,
he'll come back. You know.
yeah, yeah. Death is only a misstep in D&D, in the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a minor inconvenience.
Orkira may be in the other party, but Orkira will definitely jump parties in order to be like, nope.
Wait,
Death
that is a
work.
bug.
What?
You say that as a joke, but that is a bug I've seen.
It is, yeah,
Yeah.
which is also hysterical, which is 100% a thing that she would do.
Yeah. Let me jump timelines really quick. I'll be right back. Some Briv's dying.
She kind of has. She kind of has already.
God.
So yeah. Actually, I should go back over here. I came over to this party so I could show off the Witchlight spurt, but a couple people were asking about Witchlight or Kira, so I'll come back over to this other party as we answer more questions. Yay!
Scythe 2 says, how many familiars are there in total out champions at the moment, and what percentage of those can be obtained without money? Looking at Garo's big collection, I would say the percentage is pretty low. There's a lot of familiars. The exact total, I can't tell you.
I mean, there are this many.
Yeah, you have them all?
Yeah, I think. Okay, I don't have them all. I don't have the pseudo.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, they're all showing though, right? So
they're all should be, yeah, because I'm showing even the ones that I
those,
don't own.
60 familiars then?
Yeah, there's a couple of patron ones I haven't unlocked just yet.
Yeah.
There are a lot, but you can get a lot of them without spending any money. So if you just want to play, you can definitely get a ton. But I would have to sit here and do some counting.
Yeah, there are a lot of gem familiars and familiars available in their patron shop that will definitely be enough to kind of get you totally enough. So we do have a lot of familiars that are for purchase as a way to help support the game. Our game here is showing 61. So yeah, we have quite a fair bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also a ton that are available for free in game through gems and through the patron currency, and we do update those every so often with more gems and like more familiar gems and stuff. So, yeah. Why does Lauren not have an emote?
Why do I need an emote? Oh,
Most shows have one. So,
I mean, does Lauren have an emote? No, but like this sketching hour has an emote, and while they're not my emotes, I love the natural 1 and the natural 20 that we have. I kind of championed having those. So yeah, I mean, what would an emote of me be?
I don't know. It's just an elbow.
I appreciate the suggestion that I deserve one, but that is my
that
official.
That face is the emote. Just
there, yeah, that's what I want out on the internet is that face. Absolutely. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Listen, I am already blessed by TTRP gifs with a bunch of gifs of my face. We don't need any more. Also, yes, I see that there's one more minute, and then we will open up the anniversary chest.
Oh god, everything's minimized. Oh no.
Oh no. All right, I'll grab another question. Garwar, Sean, how excited are you for Critical Role's State of the Roles stream next week with their Campaign 3 announcement?
I saw that as I was coming to get set up for the stream, and I'm a little peeved that it's at 9 a.m. on a Thursday, which means I'm already working by that point. So I have to like make sure I'm gonna get to work a little bit earlier on that day to make sure I can watch it before our morning meetings and everything.
I mean,
but I'm really excited.
You say that like you're going to be the only person who wants to watch it or is excited, because yeah, I'm excited too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super excited about Campaign 3. I don't know how much information they're going to give out. I'm sure they're probably going to be very cautious, especially have they said when Campaign 3 is starting, or is it just
No, I think that's the stream next week. So what I'm hoping for is they do the silhouette thing like Campaign 2. So you can see the silhouette of their champions, and everyone can guess. And that was so much fun. Mm-hmm. And then I hope they give just a release date. Those are the only two things I want. I want a date when it's going to be, and then that.
Yeah. a release date would be nice, but you know what? If they can't give that out yet, if they're still figuring that out, especially with all of the difficulties with filming and with everything going on, like I could definitely see them, you know, like the last thing you want to do is give out a date and then not be able to make that date. We feel that. So whatever they can say is going to be amazing, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
But it also wouldn't surprise me if they're like, it's coming soon, TM, where we'll tell you as soon as we have something settled, because filming right now is hard.
If the state of the roll is like, hey, wait for the state of the roll, and for the state of the roll to be like, hey, wait for more information, I will be a little upset, but I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 12:01.
Oh, okay. Hey, look, we were taking questions about Idol Champions.
Hey.
All right, here we go. Anniversary.
Yeah, I'm actually more excited for I think it's the 8th of October. Ooh, Modron chest. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
The 8th of October, they're doing a panel at New York Comic Con, and they're doing a live teaser trailer for The Legend of Vox Machina. They're putting out there first, and then they're putting out on YouTube like after I think a month or two later or something like that, like way later than it should be.
Oh wow!
And they're airing it at 8 a.m. on Friday.
8 a.m. Eastern, because
it's 11 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific.
Okay.
So it means I can get up early, watch it, then come to the Girl Champion stream that week. If not, I might be sick.
Oh come on!
I'm not feeling well that day. Oh no!
Oh come on! Oh, so wait, but you said it's a teaser trailer, right? It's a trailer.
Yeah, it's like a trailer that has I'm assuming has more information about what's going on with it.
Yeah.
And not just like the legend of the music of the Legend of Vox Machina or whatever their titles for that weird stuff is.
I like that their titles for those behind the scenes are just becoming longer. The teaser for the trailer for the music for I think that's funny.
Yeah.
I see them just like giggling somewhere coming up with those titles.
Yeah. Okay. Speller Bass. After completing my first run for Trials of Mount Teamet this week, I lost my DPS. I only contributed 100 DPS for passing bonus level 100. Is this a known feature, or was I just really lucky? Well, this is a bug we are aware of and we are looking into.
Oh no! So, okay. Sorry that happened.
Yeah. Is Spur the wily coyote of Idle Champions Forgotten Realms? Yes. He runs off a cliff, looks down, and then falls.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cool Bond wants to know. He says, tried deep fried butter, Mars bar, or a Twinkie, and then Mars has put into our chat, please don't eat me, which I find funny. I did a very long time ago try all three of those, not on the same day. I have had deep fried butter, I've had the deep fried Mars bar, and I've had the deep fried Twinkie. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, they're really good.
I remember having deep fried Mars bar when I was in my teenage years. I remember not liking it all that much and being like, oh, it's just, it's kind of boring. That might be different now.
I do understand that I am one of those people who really likes the super sweet stuff, like fondant and just really obnoxiously sweet.
Oh.
I do like that, and I know that can bother a lot of people. I like a lot of things that food-wise. I like black licorice. I like cilantro. I like
like soap.
Yeah, all those things I enjoy. So. Would I eat those again, especially the deep fried butter? Probably not, no, because it was one of those experiences of this is really good, but also I feel a little disgusting afterwards because it's
Is that a heart attack? Yeah.
Yeah, it's so much grease. So does it taste good? Yes. Do you feel good afterwards? Not really.
Yeah.
No, but it was worth
the trick is to buy one and then share it with people, so you get a bite.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. Have a team of people go on in and be like, all right, everybody's taking a fourth, and so none of us get a heart attack today.
Yeah. It's what we do. It's what Nevada and I do every once in a while. We're like, oh, I want to get some ice cream. And she's like, well, if you get ice cream, I want some too, but I don't want a whole one. I just want 3 bites of yours. Then 3 bites turns into half of it. And I go, well, come on.
So yesterday I got cake to have on stream because people asked me to have cake on stream because apparently yesterday was the day I talked about food all day. And because
so it was today, apparently. Yeah.
Well, and on the sketching hour, our adjective was "is cake." So that,
oh yeah.
Because for the celebration and everything. The awesome thing about our grocery store that's just right there, QFC, is that they sell a bunch of essentially desserts and pastries and things in individual portions, so that if you want just a piece of cake, you can do that, which is amazing because portion control is a problem in my life. So buying even a small
Preach.
cake, yeah, like it's just me and my partner here in the apartment. So if we get a whole cake, now we're all eating several pieces of cake. But if I buy one piece of cake, then I only eat one piece of cake. So
Yeah. Do not ever host a cake sharing event, because people will leave. People will bring full cakes and leave them at your house. We did that for Nevada's birthday like 2 to 3 years ago, and we had like 5 or 6 different types of cake that just got left because people didn't want to bring it home. And I was like, oh, all right, well, I guess we have a bunch of cake now.
I have a story. I have a really quick story I have to tell.
Okay.
That's similar to that. This was years ago, decades ago. I went on an audition for to make a long story short, when in the orchestral world, when you want to audition for a position in an orchestra, you have to travel there. You have to play the auditions. Oftentimes, the one round might be one day, and then the next round might be the next day. So you basically have to budget being there multiple days. And I did an audition, and I had to be there 2 days because of that kind of thing. So I was staying in this hotel nearby, and it was actually a relatively nice hotel. And when I got there on the Friday, I had to go do the audition Saturday morning, and then if I made it to the next round, it was going to be Sunday. So I basically had all day Saturday to do nothing. And the convention part of the hotel was all being set up for something on the Friday when I got there. And they said, oh yeah, we're doing, it wasn't a competition, but it was like they were basically doing a convention of people who do those high quality cakes, like with all the fondant and everything, of like showing off techniques and showing off all of this stuff. But it was like a very, hey, these are the people who are making Cake Boss style cakes. And so I'm like, oh, that's interesting, because I'm seeing all these chefs walking in with all these amazing giant boxes and things. And so I'm watching this all happen. So I get up Saturday morning, I go do the audition. And I come back and it's lunchtime. And I'm like, well, I don't have anywhere to go, and I don't have anything to do, and I don't have a lot of money, so I'm just going to like bring in food, and I'm going to hang out in the hotel all day, and I'm going to take care of some emails and watch some TV. The convention goes on downstairs, and it gets to about 4 or 5 o'clock, and I go downstairs to go pick up some food, and there are people literally at the area of where this convention room is, being like, hey, do you want some samples? I'm like, samples of what? And so they had gotten to the point where the day was over, and they didn't want to throw out all of this extra cake because they had samples of the cakes that they were giving away, and they were like showing off and like, look at these baking techniques and everything. So like, yeah, we're just offering anybody in the hotel if they want to come and just grab some of the samples. And so they gave me a paper plate. I basically walked around and got little tiny like bite-sized samples of about 24 of some of the most delicious cakes and chocolates and stuff that I've ever had, because this is all like really high-end stuff. And I sat in my hotel room like this poor oboist. I can't go anywhere, I can't do anything, but I'm eating some of the most high-quality cake of my life.
Did you make a trip?
Did I what?
You make a second trip?
I thought about it, but I'm like, all right, this is, I also kind of understood this is more calories than I should really be consuming in 5 years. But oh, it was amazing. I felt
can imagine.
so decadent sitting in this hotel room, like, this piece of cake right here, I couldn't afford this if I tried. Nom nom. It was amazing.
Oh,
did not get that gig. Had the best cake of my life.
Oh, that's sad. So they didn't get the gig.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Let's answer more Idle Champions questions.
Cake Talk?
Cake Talk.
Is it possible to change our name in-game for trials? Mine's using an old Steam name. Thanks. I don't know, actually.
So. No, I think it uses whatever the game is, whatever your name in the game is.
Yeah, well, it's whatever your like account username is what it should be using.
Yeah.
So that's weird. Yeah, I don't know if we can change that, unfortunately. Hero Pro, you cycle through all 6 legendary bonuses per character or per item before seeing a bonus for a second time. So you don't have to go through in all items, so it's character wide for that one. So as long as you roll on that character all 6 at some point, you will then be able to see a double of it. Yes. So it is not. Yeah. So it's per character. It's not per item.
This is one of the reasons I'm so glad that you are here, because I could not answer that depth of a question, but it's a good question. Yeah. It's like
it'll be a lot of like, hey Peter, hey Sean, hey Peter, hey Sean, like a lot of pinging it in our chat system.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I've been living this for the past like what week and a bit now. So it's all getting in here.
We appreciate you, Sean.
Yeah. If you did get it, I think there was a bug with it where you were able to get a duplicate one. I believe that has now been fixed. So if you got a double buff on a female legendary, as Sean Cherry Wilson says, that was a bug. Yeah, you still can keep it there. But I think that should be fixed going forward. Any chance the changelog Discord bot and changelog bot in Discord will get fixed? Doesn't seem to work reliably, which is a bummer because it was really nice. Yeah, it's on the list. It's the lowest of low priorities currently.
So the problem is, because I've been working on this for a while, I know Trevor's working on this, and so the problem is, when that bot was created, it was created a very long time ago by a wonderful intern, I believe, and they went on to go do wonderful things. I actually don't know where they are now, but I'm sure they're off doing amazing things.
They were one of our workers. What are they called? Co-op student.
There you go. And so the problem is, right now we don't have anybody who can service that bot because the person who designed it and wrote it no longer works with us. And so it's kind of a hodgepodge solution. The other issue is that they're grabbing the change logs from all of the different versions of the game is not something that just any bot can do. Like, there's a bunch of like public bots that we use that are just, generalized bots that do a bunch of automated stuff on the Discord server, but having access to the change logs requires very specific permissions that we can't get set up with any of the regular bots. They really did require a specific bot, and it's just been unfortunately difficult to try to get fixed. And yeah, it's been since my tenure being the community manager, and now unfortunately Trevor has inherited my problem, which is trying to get that bot fixed. But it is going to be hard. It is not.
Yeah.
It is one of those things that's deceptively hard to do because it's not something that anything is set up to do. So we are sorry.
It's going to require a developer to work on it, and the developers are all currently really busy fixing the game.
And also, all of our developers are game developers. They're specifically working with our game. They're not necessarily the kind of developers that work with setting up Discord bots, and that's a different enough skill that it's not something that you can just throw at one of them, and those kind of programmings are not always the same. So it is surprisingly, it's annoying. I agree, it's super annoying, but yeah, sorry.
Jester98125 says, are there codes that don't expire? There are some. There is like list. There's only a list kept by the community somewhere.
Yeah, definitely on the Reddit. Check the subreddit.
Yeah, that's a good place for it. Spider Vein has a question. The flame stacks persist when the card is discarded on Epic Games most of the time. Sometimes it works correctly, then something changes its effect. Do you have any plans to address the issue? Make a ticket for that, please. If that's a bug, please make a ticket and we will look into it.
And since we have a bunch of new people, if you are looking to submit a support ticket and you would like to know how, the best way is in the game. Come over here to the support ? I'm going to wait for the there we go. Press there. It's going to say, hey, support's going to open a new browser tab. Say, okay. I won't, because that would be weird. But it'll open up a new browser tab and you'll be able to submit a ticket from there. That is the best way, because then we get information on your game and what's going on, and it's a little easier to diagnose what's going on. If you can't, if you're having like a game breaking bug, or you're having issues with opening up that other browser, depending on what platform you're on, you can either come to the website or you can submit a ticket through an email address. And all of that you can also find in the Discord. But if you're going to submit a bug report or a ticket for an issue that you're having, 100% the best way to do it is through the in-game support.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Grew 1, 2, 3 on trials. I completed trials last week, making me eligible for heroic. I'm looking to join one. How do I know if I'm joining a normal or heroic trial? It should be listed. So if you're in the joining campaign, it should say like the name of the level of the tier you're fighting. So it should give you a list there. And if you want to create one, it'll be a little slider you can pick from. And if you have the right amount of vials to start it, you can start it.
I'll grab this next question. Our Green Paradox wants to know Nat, Squiggly, Jinx as a single seat character.
Those are the kids, right?
Those are the kids. Yeah. Those are they're from they're technically from Waterdeep Dragon Heist, but yes, they're also in Witchlight, and I'm gonna suggest that you don't want that for a couple different reasons. One, like they're narrating the game in this case in the Witchlight game. Two, like they're kids.
Yeah, they're not gonna be that strong.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, they show up if you use Alcuria. One of her specializations. You either get the it's not a Marut. I can't remember. It's a the
guardian,
the big guardian that can show up, or the kids will show up. Like so they're already in the game in a bunch of different ways. But yeah, I'm gonna say that I enjoy them as the rascals that they are, and the champions are trying to help them out as much as possible. But I don't know if you want them as champions.
Cass is asking, Hero of the Veil as an undead champion when? It's kind of embarrassing to keep hitting him.
I had a moment. Heroes of the Veil used to be the name of the show that Orkira was on. Like we've changed because we started off in the Nature Veil, and so when the Hero of the Veil shows up in the game, and now I've got the Heroes of the Veil hanging out.
That was my first thought too. I was like, they're already in the game. Like, do undead skin? Oh no, there's that boss named Undead Hero of the Veil.
Yeah, that big skeleton that shows up. It's an interesting moment.
And he hits your entire column, if I'm right.
Yeah.
Ulfin OG, I find that often my assigned familiars will bug out and stems even leave the field. Is this related to background party bugs that are being worked on? Yes, I believe that is related and should be hopefully fixed soon. Zyphon 1975 question: will we be getting a fifth patron? Yes, hopefully sometime soon. Is there an ETA for Boo when showing the console UI portraits? For Boo when showing the console UI portraits? Oh, Boo not showing on the I'm gonna go with probably not. Because the art team is there. They have a lot going on. So I think it's the Krill slot.
Is it, there's Minsk. Oh yeah. It's Boo's just off screen.
Yeah, he's there. You can't see him. He's heading on Minsk's back.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll update that. But maybe if at some point when we're everything's super caught up and then our team is like, well, we need work to do. It's like, okay, well, I guess you can do this. You can add Boo to Minsk's shoulder. I don't know if this is a bug, but do you know why Balos generous vision ability disappears if you exit and reload the game? I've said before, friends. So, not a bug, intended feature. There are a ton of other abilities that reset when you reload the game. So, any sort of changes to that would require a lot of system changes, which at the current point we're not planning on doing.
Also,
Avern's mirrors are a good example of that too. They reset if you change parties or anything like that. So
yeah. Also, I love looking in chat and seeing someone who recognizes me from RTX because it's been a while since we've had an RTX, so hi.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's Rooster Teeth, right?
Yeah, the Rooster Teeth convention.
Ah.
I miss conventions so much.
No, so what?
Yeah.
I miss cosplaying on conventions, yeah. Well, a little bit. Matt Prowse UK, do we all get the same awards for the anniversary chest? Yes, everyone gets the exact same thing. It would be weird if you didn't. And for people who are getting Modron stuff and don't have Modron unlocked, or getting the vials and don't have trials unlocked, those will stay there and available for you when they get them unlocked. So if you open the chest and get all the Modron pieces, those will be ready for you when you unlock Modron for the first time. So
yeah, you don't lose anything. They just hang out waiting for you to have unlocked that stuff. And actually, I'll move on to the next question, which is related to that. Simon Cranch wants to know, how do I use Modron cores? What do they do? How do I set them up? I'm going to preface this by saying There's a couple of really good guides out in both on our YouTube, because I'm sure Garward did a guide.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. Also, I'm sure there's a Reddit guide, and I would highly recommend coming to the Discord so that you can get some specific questions answered. Because going through the Modron cores is a big fun pipe game, but to do the TLDR Modron cores get added to your adventuring parties. And each one of them, if you come in and view the core, it's basically a pipe game that you play that lets you unlock more powerful stuff for the champions that are in that party. For example, a lot of these nodes do things like increase the damage of your champions, increase the damage of all champions with a wisdom score of 13 or greater, things like that. And so you, when you first put a core into a slot and start using it, it'll be at level 1, and not everything will be unlocked. And slowly, as you use that core, it will level up and it will unlock more and more of these slots. So you can see I'm at level 9 on this core, and so I haven't unlocked everything yet. Some of these I got to get to level 13, I got to get to level 12. And as more and more is unlocked, the more and more of these nodes are things that you can access, and that will help power up your champions, which will help you get further in the game. And so it's just more buffs and bonuses.
Yeah.
And the chests that we've been talking about, so these Modron component chests, that's how you get the pipes that you then put into the pipe game in order to unlock all of the nodes. So that's why these are pretty valuable things. And yeah, that is kind of the short answer, but absolutely go check out Garwar's guide and come to the Discord, because there's a lot of people who will help you, not just with giving you some advice on what core to do, what to level them up faster, but also basically things like you'll get people who will just post a view of their core and say, help me optimize, help. And there are people who are really good at this. There are people who are super good at the pipe game.
I remember I spent once I had the full pipe thing unlocked, I pulled everything off of my Modus core and then spent like an hour and a half just building a core that managed to that's like circled around on itself enough that didn't interrupt flow and give me enough boosts to like epic everything. And I was like, okay,
wow.
I feel like this was very successful, even though it took me like an hour and a half. But like it was a really good feeling once I finished it. And I was like, yes, we're all good now.
Yeah, I'm not at that point. I am 100% not at that point. I just, every once in a while, I look at the core and I'm just like, oh, okay, I got some, like, I really should work on that empty spot there. I should level some of this up. I should look to see if I can use any of these. Like, and I'll play it for like 15 minutes and then I go, okay, back to the game. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I will say only my Marta's core is max level. My strong core and my fast core are definitely not. They're like, I think they're both level 1 still, or level 2.
Yeah. So this was my first core. This one's as powered up as they get. It's level 13. Oh, geez, I should do that. So this core, I think this was the one that was level 9. So I'm so close to 10.
Super close.
Super close to 10. And then my third core, I think, is 5. Oh, I'm up to 8.
Oh, good there. That's not far behind. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm doing okay. Yeah. For me, the most important thing is the setting up the automation. So I was just hardcore trying to play both of these cores, or all these cores, to get to the point that you can automate. So what I'm talking about is the pipe game, you start with the power flow here, but if you can get it to this spot right here, which is different in each of the cores, that's where you get the automated stuff for your Modron cores set up. So that's what this thing is right here, and that's super important to me because, as a lot of you know, while I love this game, I tend to play it as a set it and forget it. I play a little bit and then I go do other things, and so having the Modron automation is super useful to me so that I can spend the time, set everything up, and then let it just grind away on something and come back to it an hour later and check in on things. So that for me is kind of the most important part of the Modron automation, is literally the automation part of it.
Flying Free question: will you get rid of the feature of Modron level reset staying when you change areas? The feature is an air quote, so I think there's a bug. They're talking about a bug or something.
Yeah.
And I'll need more information about that to actually answer because I'm not sure what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Uh,
I guess I'll answer this next question. Grumpy Old Dwarf wants to know, what did deep fried butter taste like? This is going to be the most boring answer. It is exactly what you imagined. It was crunchy, fried joy filled with warm melted butter. Like that's all it is. It was fat on fat on fat, and it was better than I wish I could admit, but it also made me feel very much disgusting afterwards. Like, oh.
would you try it air fried?
I don't think so because the reason
It removes that oil like texture, right? So.
Well, it was butter. Like,
Oh, yeah.
so it's just so much fat that even though it was delicious when eating it, yeah, that 5 minutes afterwards and where it just feels like it's coming out of your pores, that was not fun. That is another reason why, as Sean, as you said, like, it's totally a thing that if you're going to go ahead and try it with a couple of friends and where each of you takes like one bite.
Yeah, who invented deep fried butter? It looks like someone from Texas.
That doesn't surprise me for some reason.
Yeah, I was like, this has to be an American food. I don't think anywhere else in the world would have created something called deep fried butter.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Oh, Wigand. Or actually, before we get to Wigand's question, Flying Free has an update for you, Sean.
Oh, auto reset of level feature of Moto Army reading when you change maps. Oh, when you change adventures. Maybe I don't know. It's like I guess that's definitely a player thing, where it's to know to turn off your Modron. That's a bit of a weird one. I would say we're probably not gonna make any changes to that. As my answer there.
That's good to know about.
Yeah.
And then I will dive into the next question. Wigand wants to know, I'm about to open up a time gate. What's a must-have champion? Which is super hard to answer because there's so many to choose from. If you're about to open up a time gate, before you do it, figure out what your priority is, because the answer to which champion to go after, there's always going to be like some champions that are at the top of everybody's list, but depending on what you need, that answer might be different. Are you looking to fill out a specific slot? Are you missing enough champions in a certain bench slot that having another champion there would be really useful? Are you trying to do specific patron challenges? And so unlocking a champion that's going to help you, that you're missing out of some of the patron challenges, would be helpful. Are you looking to do a specific variant, and that variant may have restrictions on it that having some champions would be more helpful than others? Are you just trying to push your wall? Things like that. Are you looking for a DPS? Are you looking for a support? So kind of knowing in advance before you go in and choose which champion you want to unlock is super helpful, because then that kind of limits the number that you're looking for. Also, at this point, you might want to consider waiting a little bit, because tomorrow is a free time gate weekend. So
I was gonna say that because a lot of people in chat were saying that, like, if you're gonna open a time gate today, just hold off until like Sunday, because that way you get the free time gate tomorrow, and then you can open up one.
Now, that being said, if you've got a ton of time gate pieces and you're just looking to unlock a bunch of champions quickly, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to open up this time gate, I'm going to play through a bunch of this today and into tomorrow, and then when the free time gate happens, I'm going to reset and do another one. Like, if you want to do it today, there's zero wrong with that. Go for it. Unlock a champion. But if you do want to wait, tomorrow's the free time gate weekend. When you open up a free time gate, it's going to give you a choice of 3 champions that you can do for free. And if those 3, if you're unsure of which one of those you want to unlock based on your personal criteria, you can always come to the Discord and ask. Friday of free time gate weekend is usually filled with people going, I've got so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so. Who should I get? And there's going to be people who will give you all kinds of suggestions based on all kinds of criteria. So those would be the 2 things. That all being said, Orkira.
At the end of it all.
That all being said, always unlock Orkira.
Yeah.
And I am not at all biased in any way, shape, or form.
That's a good point. Silveron X is asking, I'm doing some Mazaka farming. Is 20,000 increase to favor a good place to stop? do you have to stop there? If you can keep going, keep going.
But
If
why
not,
stop?
yeah, why stop there? If not, if you can't get any further, then yeah, that's a great increase. If you can keep going, keep going.
But
You
why
can't
stop?
go no more. Oh, you could not keep going? Okay, yeah. Then that was a great place to stop. 20,000 increase is a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Dan SSJ4B, since you can't set your trial's name, doesn't that mean that there can be some inappropriate names showing up? Yeah, I guess that does mean that could happen. I believe some of those names are like against TOS and like Steam, because there's like those are like the platform names they've set up as. So if that is the case, and something's really inappropriate, just report them through like
Yeah.
Steam or Epic or Congregate or wherever.
Yeah, hopefully, those platforms have filters on them to prevent that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, and it might be hard to tell what platform they're on, but you shouldn't, because most platforms have ways of trying to keep ahead. I mean, no platform is perfect, no filter is perfect.
Yeah.
We know that for sure. But yes, that is always a concern. But you should definitely report any inappropriate names. And I'm gonna say, we can't help you with like Steam names, but like if you do see an inappropriate name like in our chat or something, please let us know, because we're in the same boat. We're trying to keep our community in a place in where it's a welcoming community, and if you've got inappropriate usernames, that sucks.
Yeah. We've seen people with like inappropriate pictures on Discord of their usernames, and the moment they join, it's like, hey, if you're gonna be here, that's fine, but you need to change your profile picture or your username. And most of them, like, oh, okay, yeah, no worries, and they'll change it, and it's fine. But we try and keep it safe for everybody. Croc Ewo says, do items that have been forged to legendary still count towards the slow and steady blessing? Technically, they don't, because they're not epic. They're legendary. But I think that's a bug that we're aware of and looking into. So, Cetos, do feats that buff the same thing stack, like the 40% increase to elemental fire and the 80%? They do. They buff each other. I believe with the multiplicative buff, like everything else in the game mostly. So they do stack. Or it applies something like that. But they do stack.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure yeah,
because
people fire.
Fire stacks. And like the Krall's Violent Plague ones that like give them the increase to those, they both work the same. They both work at the same time anyway. So, Deadman43212. I run both an Epic and a Steam account, but when I use the newsletter code, it only work on one account. I did register for the newsletter for each account and got hits for each account, but I have to decide which account will get the Friday chest. Are you using the same email across both accounts? That might be the issue there. So you might need a different email for both.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Jason Grace 71 question. I know y'all have giveaways for physical items at the Iris Dice and the Bardic Inspiration shirts. Is there some way we can buy those, or they giveaway only? They are giveaway only.
Yeah, merch is hard, and
we're a digital company. It's the kind of the easy question. The easy answer there is, yeah.
Yeah, and specifically, like, that is what we are licensed to do, is we're a digital company. So we can do merch, but it's for funsies. It's for, like, us and for giveaways and things like that. Actually selling merchandise is its own thing, and also not an easy thing. Physical product is hard. As anyone who has made books or has made shirts or any of that knows, it is actually very difficult. Shipping is a problem. All of that is a problem. Yeah. So it is way more difficult than you think. Definitely, if you have pledged to a Kickstarter that is getting a book, that you're getting a book or getting a physical product, be very forgiving and patient, because shipping is really hard right now. That was a weird tangent to go down, but unfortunately, no, we can't sell that stuff, which is why we like giving it away.
Exactly. Like, we make it for like the host and stuff for us, so we're to kind of showcase it, and then we try to give away as much as we can, because we know we want you guys to have it too. We do have the For Fans by Fans, which sells like the IL Champions t-shirts and hoodies and all the different colors. I believe there's a code for that in chat. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head.
Oh,
I'm sure one of the mods know it. I think it's / merch or something like that.
I think
or
so,
/ like For Fans. But yeah, that's the only place you can kind of get, like, the only thing that we sell is like, we don't even sell them really, is the IL Champions like logo t-shirt.
Yeah, it's basically we just work with another company that can do merch. So
yeah.
But thank you for
Great.
asking. Glad that you like our. I mean, I love the Idle Champions dice. Oh, yep,
Yeah.
there we go. We just
Hey,
got
that
it.
was right. It is exclamation mark merch. Yeah.
Hey.
Cool. Any chance Eliwick's spec choice will be adjusted so that when she is holding her spec card, it doesn't make it more likely Flames Fates comes up. I seem to pull Flames about half the time, which hurts her deep pushing. That's RNG. We've set the values are set. We don't have any plans to change that. So that just seems like it's just RNG on in poor favor.
I'm going to skip ahead and give you a short break to answer this question by HFB Pereira. Why the familiars are getting bigger and bigger, or is it just me? I don't think it's just you. I do think they're getting a little bit bigger. I mean, they have to stay within a certain parameter just because of the way that the game works. But certainly, some of these familiars are big. And, especially if you're looking at like baby Tiamat, who is a baby.
I love baby Tiamat.
Baby Tiamat.
There's a giveaway in chat right now.
Oh, giveaway.
Type checkmates. And I believe it's for some dice. Yeah, Idle Champions D6. Speaking of merch,
there you go.
Yeah.
Enter for a chance to win. But yes,
Yep.
they do. I think it is. It's not that the familiars are getting bigger. I think it's just they're starting to fill up more of the box that they can take.
Oh.
Also, I will admit the Phoenix is kind of big.
Yeah. Martin's saying to hold on about something.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, wrong word. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Pause.
no. Everybody in
the
chat.
giveaway.
Everybody in chat. Stop what you're doing.
It's bolded red and green.
Stop what you're
This
doing.
is dangerous.
We are so sorry.
What
We're going to
happened?
pause this for a second. I don't know what's going on, but I trust our mods. If they say to pause, please hang out for a moment. Don't enter the giveaway because
You got baited.
and I know it can be hard. Everybody's going to show up to chat and be like, "But yes, giveaway." Do not join the everybody. If you've got emotes, just go ahead and put a natural one in chat.
Yeah.
This has been
Thank you for supporting the Bitcoin.
Yeah.
that's what you were doing. You were pumping our Bitcoin up.
We
appreciate you got checkmated.
We appreciate your enthusiasm. Unfortunately, we have to pause for just a moment. And we will do this again. I love all the natural ones in chat now.
Yeah,
This is
just for that, everyone should win. That's not how giveaways work, surreal one.
I appreciate
You know that.
we appreciate the attempt, but no.
Yeah.
we will try this again in a minute. I listen, rack it up. I roll so many natural ones. It is ridiculous how many natural ones I roll.
We are lemmings.
Yeah. You want to know what's fun is when you roll a natural one and you have a negative modifier, and then you roll things like, I just rolled a 0.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the moment. Orkira, in small spoilers, Orkira right now has negative to all of her D20 rolls in Heroes of the Plains because she has this power in where she can revive people without the material component.
Oh.
But then she takes on the negatives. So like if you use
that's cool.
Yeah,
okay.
this is the Phoenix subclass. So when she uses Raise Dead, for example, instead of the person who is raised getting the -4 to everything, because there's it's basically a penalty from coming back from the dead.
Yeah,
Because
it's like a -5 for like a couple days, and then it goes down like per day or something.
Yeah, so it's a -4, and then every time you take a long rest, that number goes down by 1. But it's a negative to attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks. So if you roll if you roll a d20, you have to take this negative. So Orkira gets to do it in where she doesn't need the big diamond, and you get more hit points back. But then she takes on the negatives. So I'm at a -3 right now.
Yeah. All right, let's try this. Hold on. Let's try this giveaway again. Type natural one, all one word in chat for your giveaway.
I love it. I love natural one.
All right. We good so far, mods? This is working. Yeah. It's good. Someone give me a yes.
We're waiting.
Oh, unbolded, unhighlighted.
We're waiting. We're waiting on the good word from the mods.
Oh, I see Moobot.
We're good.
We good.
We're good.
We did it.
Excellent. Thank you, everybody, for your patience in entering this giveaway. So, yes, I'm waiting for the moment in where, because her intelligence is an 8, which means I have a -1 to my intelligence. There it is. And so I'm waiting for the moment where I roll a natural 1 on an intelligence check, and I end up with like a -3. I'm waiting for that moment to happen because it will.
Roll natural 1 to 0, and then the
It would
minus
be
4 modifier on top of that.
Yep.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that moment to happen. I have rolled ones before that get me a 0, so
How do you even roleplay like a -5 to your intelligence? You just stop and go like
negative. So you won't see a -5 because that would be
-4. Yeah, -4. Sorry.
yeah. So it's not necessarily a -4 to my intelligence. It's just that roll. You know, it's only a -1. So Torakira she's very wise. She is very she can deal with people. She's a people person, and she gets a lot of stuff, and she's very perceptive. She's just not a book learner. That's what that intelligence stat is. She doesn't do books. So
should give you a cosmic moment of clarity. Yeah, it's like I see all, but no one will believe you because you can't explain it.
Yeah. I have had the opposite happen where in a game recently I rolled a natural 20 with the -1 for my intelligence with the -4, so I ended up with a 15.
Yikes.
Yeah, intelligence is not her high stat. She is not a book learner. She is just super wise. Anyway, let's go back to other questions now that I have distracted long enough to get the giveaway going.
Paldesan says, why is it on boss fights that as soon as a minion dies, my damage goes down no matter how many bosses stacks subsequently build up? For example, with Naily taking a boss with 4 stacks, 8 minions for 12 times aura protection to my DPS, but a minion dies, it goes from 12 to 11, even though the boss stacks go up to 15, 20, only 11 times damage.
While you think about that, congrats to Vavakas for winning the giveaway. Congrats. And thanks to all of our wonderful people in chat for being patient as we get the giveaway going.
So my assumption is that it should be the combination of stacks and minions for the boost or protection. So if a minion dies but then stacks don't go up, or it go up slower than minions die, you'll lose damage until the stacks continue to increase, is my knowledge. If it's not doing that, that's a bug, and you need to make a ticket. Modron feel rather clunky to use. Any thoughts on auto install and upgrade for Modron parts? Likely not. Auto upgrading parts would mean that at some point something's going to upgrade that you don't want to upgrade, and then I'll get a ticket being, hey, this upgrade I didn't want to upgrade. I'm like, well, I can't give you anything back because it was auto upgrade. You have it set to that, so it's easier just to remove that interaction altogether and let you choose what you want to upgrade when you want to upgrade it.
That being said, Breeder Cody 365, if you are not having fun playing the Modron pipe game, come to the Discord, ask for some help so that they can help you get set up with a optimal setup, and then you can set it and forget it. So if you are finding other parts of the game way more fun, that is okay. We can help.
Do multi-hit, random number 5 says, do multi-hit champs like Zorbu set Bud based on all the things that hit in a single attack? Also hitches knives, Nares as Ghostblade. I believe it's set on a single instance of damage. So whichever it does, the single hit of damage that is the highest will set your Bud. It doesn't like hit like 5 things and then lump all that damage together into one and set that as your Bud. Yeah.
Also, as Garwar points out, he's got a video guide for that, which I think Garwar has a video guide for everything.
Yeah.
Or it wouldn't surprise me. So definitely go check out their guides. They're really good guides.
Yeah. Cassius, can we get more reduction on the Forge, please? I don't have to wait 5 days to the cheapest price back. No, I think we're happy with the way things are now, but we are keeping an eye on everything. You don't have to wait 5 days to reforge again or anything. It's people are choosing to do that. So, but we're kind of okay with the way things are now, but we are keeping an eye on everything. So maybe it's something in the future. Another Cassius, with the familiar screens getting filtered tick boxes, can the inventory do likewise, like chests, bottles, and paper? I'll spring to mind.
I think that's things that we've talked about. I don't know if there's any updates for that, but I do know organizing all of the things, not just the familiars, have been on the list of things to do as we are getting into the next year of multi-years of this game. Having better ways of organizing all of the stuff is on people's minds. So we'll definitely, I know that's something that people are thinking about, and we'll pass along the suggestion as well.
Flying Free 333. Any plans to fix the inaccurate calculations in background parties, Freely stacks, Jahira stacks, Nova stacks? Just blanket yes. We are working on offline progress behind background party stuff. Because it's such a big system that touches everything. It takes a bit to get it fixed. Because like I said earlier, you find one bug, and as you fix it, you find another bug, and as you fix that, you find another bug, and you kind of just go down this list of like 10 bottles on the wall. And you go, okay, I'm at the bottom of the bottles. Let's fix this one and work our way up.
Yeah.
And then hopefully nothing else breaks as it goes along.
So you're saying it's bottles all the way down?
I don't know, maybe. So it's a bottomless hole.
It's a bottomless bottle of holes.
Yeah. How do I get the list of Trials of TMAC campaigns to refresh? I believe there's a button that you can press to refresh. And it updates every couple minutes, I think. I think that's off my head.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm in a trials, so I don't think I can go in there and
Yeah,
show
I'll
it
need
off,
to be able to check, yeah.
Yeah.
Can we get a current counter to slow and steady blessings? Yeah. We launched a bunch of new blessings that have all these phenomenal counters on them, but then all the older ones still don't have them.
Yeah.
So that's something we were aware of and we're looking into. That would be nice to show the thing. Show all the things.
Show everything. I still have to. I should start spending some of my blessings. I just haven't even had a chance to take any time in here.
Yeah.
But I will.
Cat's Tea Sweaters. Speaking about shipping, who do I contact about a giveaway prize that never arrived? Shoot us an email. Like, just respond to the email that you had with the initial interaction, by alerting us, and then we will look into that. And maybe there's a tracking number or something we can give you, or there might have been one when it gets sent off, but that's more of a J thing, I think.
Yeah, we can definitely look into that. It might be a shipping issue. It could be a couple of things. Also, like I was talking about earlier, where shipping is hard right now, mailing is hard right now.
Yes.
And so things can be difficult. Also, check your whispers. Looks like you might have been whispered some information by our amazing mods who are on top of things.
Woo. Would a quick undo button could be added if you spend the wrong items by mistake? Like, oh no, I messed up an icon for like 5 to 10 seconds. I used 8 large bounty contracts by mistake instead of using the blacksmith ones. I'm gonna say probably not, mainly because it's kind of hard to then retract that. That's a hard one.
Yeah, because then you get into, well, how long can you have before you can't use that button anymore?
And let's say like if you're doing blacksmith contracts and you're leveling up Human, they go, I want this to go on his eggs. So you use it doesn't go on the eggs. I messed up, pull it back, rinse repeat until it works.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
If we put it in and there's a way to abuse it, we won't put it in. We'll find a way to stop the abuse, but it's like if that's the first thing we think of, it's like we gotta not do something like that. So can we see current stacks and base damage without incoming buffs easily some way? I want to have information when trying to optimize my formations. Can we see current stacks and base damage without buffs? I guess you can try like everyone at level 1. I mean, if you're just trying to like optimize the formation, base DPS is actually good for that, but that's really all it's really good for. So if their counter up top is going green like Lauren's currently is, then that's probably the way to do it. And last one.
Are we really? Did we make it?
Yeah, last one. Yeah.
I mean, we still didn't get through.
I mean, we have more. So don't have some more questions.
I mean, I'm sure Garwar answered like 400 questions.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Doorbell streams. Can we get buy and patron perks to work the same with us? We buy blessings, click and holds. Oh yeah. That's been like on the list for a long time. So possibly.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
I didn't see what the rest of that question was. So that's for people who want to know. You can click and hold to buy multiple, which you cannot currently do with patron perks. So yeah. That is a quality of life thing that, once again, things we are working on.
Yeah.
We are.
Wait.
Ooh,
sorry, I'm causing Garwar physical pain. What did I say?
That we're coming to the end of our questions, I think, because
I say a lot of things that cause physical pain.
No, we don't want to cause physical pain. No. You're
the
here
base
for
DPS comment. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a thing. Okay, so I will spend a moment or two and give you all an update on the rest of the day. So coming up right after us is Idle Insights, where Todd Kenrick is going to be interviewing Chris Perkins, the eminent designer from Wizards of the Coast. I believe that is a pre-taped interview, so it's a little bit of a shorter interview. So stick around for that. And the reason I mentioned the pre-taped is so that people don't misunderstand why they're not asking the questions that are being asked in chat. But like that should be a lot of fun to listen to. After that is going to be developer insights, because if you didn't get your questions answered here, you can get your questions answered there. So that's from 2 to 3 today, developer insights, and then at 3 o'clock, rounding out the end of the day, is another one of our Binwin specials, where I guess it did get. I'm just looking to make sure it got announced. Todd Kenrick will be back being interviewed by
That's
Binwin.
gonna be wild.
That is gonna be. Hey, listen, I had a lot of fun with Binwin and Crowy last week. We talked about a lot of ridiculous things and a couple of serious things, and we had a very fun discussion. I have no idea what the two of them are going to talk about. I suggested they talk about movies because that was like Todd and Binwin are both movie buffs and just know way more about movies than I do. So I always felt bad going into that interview. I'm like, we can't talk about movies because I'm bad about movie watching. So, but hey, watch that interview. Find out what they're going to talk about. And then today's a Thursday, so that is kind of the end of our day. I know Black Dice Society is usually on, but they're off this week because a bunch of those people are doing amazing things for the D&D celebration, which is this weekend. So once Binwin is done hanging out with Todd for an hour and talking about whatever they're going to talk about, which I'm sure is going to be fantastic and not at all having to do with pancakes, then go ahead and enjoy your weekend of D&D celebration. And we will be back to our normal scheduled streaming stuff, which was much more difficult to say than I thought it was going to be, on Monday. So you have a couple of days in where you get to enjoy all the D&D streams, and then we will be back on Monday with all new streaming funness. Sean, anything you wanted to add to that?
No, just I agree that I'm also really bad at keeping on track with movies. I just finished watching Loki like yesterday. Loki was great.
I mean, there's a lot going on with Loki. I'm just going to scroll through some of these other things. Yeah.
Fenris.
And
$15,000. Oh.
Yay! And I am excited about the Hawkeye series now that it seems to be even more confirmed that they're going to be doing the Matt Fraction, David Aja version of Hawkeye. And
don't know what that means.
So the Matt Fraction run of Hawkeye is the best. You absolutely have to, if you get a chance to read comic books, that's the best Hawkeye, hands down. If you not having obviously seen the TV show that's coming up, Hawkeye, that's the Netflix one, seeing that there's bits and pieces of it in there already, my guess is if you like the show, you will love the comic book. It's amazing. It's so good. It is especially good if you are a fan of superhero comic books that are not all about like the big gods and monsters and everything. It's a very down-to-earth superhero story. It's got a lot of really good humor. It's got and it's got a dog. It's got Pizza Dog, and Pizza Dog is the best.
Pizza Dog? Okay, you got me.
Yeah, the dog who eats pizza.
What dog doesn't really? Let's face it.
But yeah, that's true. That is absolutely true. What human doesn't eat pizza? We all are fans of pizza. But anyway, I highly recommend it. So stick around. Yeah, I think that's everything. I showed the code for the Witchlight Spurt. Go ahead and get that. Get the Witchlight Orkira in the game because Orkira is awesome.
Totally. So many cool skins that come out.
And that's it. That's all we have to
talk
about.
Yeah, I think that's all we got. Yeah, we're all done. we could just sit here and like talk about stuff, but I think we have stuff to do.
Well, no,
I just have to go back to the Reddit Q&A, actually. There's some questions I didn't get a chance to answer back then, too. So
yeah, no, there's a lot to do, and I've stuff to prep for. And also, like, our fantastic moderators, Martin and Mars, have things that they have to prep for because there's another show coming on up. And as always, make sure that you follow us on all of the social medias so that you can hear about all of the the good stuff coming out, come to our Discord. I know a lot of the answers that we gave over the last 2 hours included a lot of us saying, go to the Discord. Come to the Discord. Join us on the Discord. I promise you, our community is awesome. They will help you with your questions. They will help you give advice. And, we're kind of fun to hang out with as well. We've got art channels and places that you can announce when you've got a Trials of Mount Tiamat showing up. So if you want to try to put together kind of a group of people who are all going to chat on the Discord and come up with strategies and things, that's a good place to do it. And it's just a fun place to hang out.
Yeah. If it wasn't, we wouldn't push it so much. So we push it every stream, and it's for good reason.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And with that, I'm going to say thank you so much for joining us. Stick around for Idle Insights, which is going to be starting shortly. Thank you, Sean, for all of your hard work.
Well, thank you for hosting.
And we'll see y'all next encounter. Bye.
Bye.